Now that you've watched the color theory lecture, let's put it to work in the workshop. The first thing you'll want to do is download the color theory assignment and the color theory assets. And the assignment is right here. And basically what we're going to do is we are going to tell a story with color. That we're going to take the same picture, and just by changing the colors we're going to change the meaning. It could be something as easy as an autumn story versus a spring story, or Fisher Price versus funeral, or 50s retro versus military. It could be anything that you want, but it needs to be a simple kind of contrast like this. So once you've decided what you want those two stories to be, first thing we'll do is we'll go to the color scheme designer and we will pick those colors. What I would like to do for my stories are autumn and spring. And so I'm going to pick my autumn colors first. I'm going to get over here into the reds and basically the orange and the yellows. That looks pretty good. I'm going to play with saturation, see if that helps tell my story. So I like the way that that looks. And so I'm going to hold down Shift Command 4. And I'm going to click and drag onto the palette and capture that. It pops up right here. I'm going to hit return and I'm going to rename it fall. Now we'll hit reset. Now I want the spring colors. And for spring colors I want to try the tetrad. So I have 4 colors to play with. And I want to get into the greens. I'd like it to be more saturated. Something like that. So I'll hit Shift Command 4. Grab that palette. Call that spring. And so here's my folder that has all of my assets in it. And basically when you're dealing with After Effects you want to keep all of your assets together. So I'm going to drop them in there. And now let's open up the color project in After Effects. And when you do, you will see that I have 4 designs already laid out for you. A Ralston Crawford painting, another Ralston Crawford painting, an Alexander Calder painting, and a Old Fortune magazine cover. And so basically what we're going to do is we're going to recolor these layers to tell a different story than what we've got here. And my final examples are, this is my autumn example, and that is my spring example. And so how you'll go about doing this is at first you will highlight up here the project that you want to recolor. I'm going to hold down Command D to duplicate it. I'm going to hit return so I can rename it, and I'm going to call it Bergersen Autumn. And I'm going to hit Command D again, hit return, and name that Bergersen Spring. Okay, so let's just go into Bergersen Autumn. And basically black references are really good for all of us. So whenever these colors actually are representative of the color of each of the layers. And so I'm going to lock down all of the black layers so that we don't accidentally mess with them. Next I'm going to do is I'm going to import my 2 palettes, and I'm going to bring the fall one in on top, and we'll get it out over to the side. And now it's just a question of recoloring each layer. Like let's say I want to have the sky to be a really kind of like dark golden tone. So my sky colors are down here. And so I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to hold down Shift Command Y, and that will come up with the color picker. And then I will say I want that color to be like that. And then I'm going to pick the next layer. I'm going to hold down Shift Command Y, and I'm going to make this side brighter. Let's do that. And now I don't like this color anymore, so I'm going to hold down Shift Command Y, and I'm going to make my sky a little brighter. Okay, so now I've got my sunset sky, and let's go ahead and play with the water. Shift Command Y, and let's make the water kind of this brownish color. Oops, undo. Command with Command Z. Okay. Shift Command Y. There we go. And then just go ahead and recolor everything so that it looks right. And then so let's go back to this example. So when you got it the way that you like it, then you will go to Composition, Save Frame as File. It'll if you haven't named your file right, you can click here and name it again. I'll just get rid of the zeros just because. And then here in Output Module, it's already decided that. Oh, and we need to tell it where to go. And so I want this to go to my desktop folder that has my color theory assets. Hit render. And there is my PSD file that you can post on into the Dropbox. Good luck.